Hi there, Sally here, and welcome to my presentation. I'm going to just highlight some of the information on these PowerPoint screens, but to stay within the time limit, I will go through most of them rather quickly. But the information is provided here for your perusal. So I'm going to talk to you about my community. I moved to Fountain, Colorado last year in June. We have a population of over 27,000. And the male to female ratio is pretty close. Fountain is located in the Mountain Standard Time, so I'm an hour ahead of my family and friends in California, and a couple hours behind many of my classmates in Pennsylvania and on the East Coast. The map here on the right actually encompasses the Fountain Valley, which we are in El Paso County. You see Fountain there at the bottom, and then up in bold at top is Colorado Springs, with just a couple of smaller communities in between. I couldn't find or upload a full map of Fountain, but here is downtown Fountain. That's Main Street there. The curved building is City Hall. Public libraries on that street, but not in the picture. The area of Fountain encompasses about 14 square miles. Over here on the right, you see a smaller map, which is geographically correct because that is the direction in relation to downtown where I live, which is right across the street from that black square, Fountain Fort Carson High School. So who makes up the town of Fountain? Most of us are Caucasian. 10.7% are African American, and 15.9% are Hispanic, with a few other races as well. Many of us here descend from Germany, and others from Ireland, and a few other countries there. English is the primary language, some Spanish speakers, and other languages as well. The median age in Fountain is 29 years, which puts me not in that age group. So let's talk about the quality of life. According to areavibes.com, it's very livable here in Fountain. They rate it at 73, based on the many amenities, the low cost of living, and the sunny weather, which we get over 300 days of sun per year. You see here on the left, these are the numbers of various crimes that occurred in 2015 in Fountain. Pretty high on the property and theft crimes, no murders that year. And the chances of becoming a victim of any crime is 1 in 31, property crime 1 in 35, and a violent crime 1 in 273. And again, over here in parentheses, I did put the distinction between burglary, theft, and robbery because I never really knew the difference. I think a lot of people lump them together. We have a couple of high schools, 4 middle schools or junior high schools, 9 elementary schools, and 8 preschools. And 6 of the preschools are actually located at some of the higher level schools. 2 of the preschools are Head Starts. And the same thing with elementary schools and the middle schools. Some of them are their own entity, but some of them are joined up with a higher level school. Our teacher to student ratio is 1 to 19. 92.2% of Fountain citizens have high school diplomas, And I'm in the minority with less than 10% having master's degrees or above. 68.4% of Fountain citizens are in the labor force and 7.1% are in the military. Which seemed pretty low, but then I realized that many military people live up toward Colorado Springs because we have like 5 different bases in the area. Fountain unemployment rate is 5.3%, and our poverty level is 9.3%. The majority of Fountain citizens are Protestants, and we have 21 churches in Fountain, with the majority of them being non-denominational or Baptist. Based on the national average of 100 for cost of living and housing, we're doing quite well in healthcare and housing, but not so well in transportation and utilities, but not so bad either. The median home purchase price is $178,800, and the median monthly rent is $1,180. This here is a picture of John Metcalf Memorial Park, which has a variety of sections to it, including a dog park with an agility course. That's very important for me. We also have food pantries, farmers markets, neighborhood watch programs, community theater, and YMCA. The park is a major community place during the summer for the monthly free movie nights, and on the 4th of July there's a parade through town, ending with a carnival there at the park. No rides, but the good carnival food and games. The motto of Fountain is Pure Colorado, and this here is a picture of Fountain Creek Regional Park. The pond there. They also have picnic areas, playground, soccer field, and trails, and always a flock of geese somewhere. In fact, in the left corner of the pond, you can see them. Over here on the right, my community is never complete without my faithful friend, my chocolate lab, Bella, and my daughter's dog, Salty. We were out on a walk and got too warm, so we put our scarves onto them to carry. This here is a picture of City Hall, which houses the Chamber of Commerce and Municipal Court. We have no hospitals in Fountain, but a couple of urgent care centers, a few fire departments, a police department, our own utilities company, banks, library, a few major stores, 2 major restaurants and fast foods, and a transit bus schedule. So the point of this assignment is to determine whether I live in a good community. According to Ohio State University Extension, there are 9 elements of a good community. Number 1, it offers residents a safe place to live. They say the good community is a place where responsible persons plan sensible response programs for uncontrollable natural events. I don't know that we can really plan for hailstorms, lightning, and major windstorms, other than maybe securing fences, because there were a lot of downed fences in our last windstorm. Number 2, offers access to those goods and services necessary to sustain residents at a level acceptable to them. Again, we have, a lot of major things that larger cities have, but what we don't have, we can typically go up to Colorado Springs to get. Number 3, must have relationships of the character that bind people together. The article talks about caring or concern for what happens to other people in the community. Makes me think of a recent news article where a middle schooler was in the parking lot waiting for his mom, and a woman came out of the school and started having a seizure. He called 911 immediately and ran over to see what he could do to help the woman until medical personnel arrived. The woman survived. Number 4, must have a commonality of values and goals that helps residents pull together. I'm sure that's a lot truer for the military presence in the town. But I think that, like anywhere, the longer a person lives in a community, the more of that will occur. Number 5 is a place where people are treated as whole persons. According to the University of Kansas, this means having enough familiarity with the community to allow you to converse intelligently with residents about community issues, personalities, and geography. And again, I think that this happens in time, but not so much as it used to be. Here in number 6, the article talks about it's a place where day-to-day relationships among residents are highly predictable. 100 years ago, values, beliefs, and emotions were secure and anxiety was low, but due to the advancements in technology, and we're more isolated now, anxieties are higher, and I'm not sure that the other 3 issues are as secure as they used to be. Number 7, has a recognized place within the social structure for each member. I don't have my recognized place yet, but I've had some health issues. So I plan on making my recognized place within the social structure here. And I think that, some people do, some people don't, but I think the opportunity is there if you want it. Number 8, provide sufficient opportunities for growth and fulfillment. Again, if we don't get it here in Fountain, we can definitely commute up to Colorado Springs. Number 9 is homogeneous enough to prevent conflict between neighbors, but heterogeneous to create some diversity. I'm not really sure about that one here in Fountain. Probably, is true, again, with the military community. But there is diversity, we've got military, and then we've just got, transplants from other states that live here. And diversity comes because military come and go quite frequently. So in conclusion, I would put Fountain in the 80th percentile. I think that Area Vibes was a little harsh. I've lived in town where there's panhandlers, like multiple ones on every corner. We don't have that here. Our natural disasters are, I would say, fewer and far between than, hurricane and tornado states and towns. And even up in Colorado Springs, they have at least 1 shooting a day or every other day. Not so much here in Fountain. So again, I would put us in the 80th percentile. And I just want to thank you for listening and reading. Have a good day.